Hey everybody, welcome back to my series of videos entitled The Guns of Payday 2. So those are like some fireworks, you know, or some gunshots maybe. I don't really know what I was going for with that, but feel free to take some imaginative liberties with this video, and you know, just go ahead and imagine your own scenario. That makes it a lot of fun. So today we're talking about the AMCAR rifle, which I'm holding in my hand down here. You can't really see. And I'll tell you what, I was on the fence about covering both this gun and this Shimano 88 pistol. I'll tell you why. If you want to know, I'll tell you why. Do you want to know? Hey, you know what we should do? We'll do like a Dora the Explorer type interaction here where I ask a question and you guys just yell the answer at the screen. I think that'll go over really well. So I'm just going to wait. And you know, I'll just wait here for you guys to answer. So feel free to take your time. Actually, we'll stick with the classic lecture style for now. Make things go a little more smoothly. So I was on the fence about covering this gun because it is a starter weapon. In case you don't know what that means exactly what it sounds like it means. This is like the Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle of this game. So man, I wish you could pick Pokemon in this game. That'd be awesome. If you could rob banks with Pokemon, dude. Now, anyways, so like I said, these are the starter weapons of this game. They are free. They cost no money. You get them at level 0, and because of that, they're really, really crappy. You won't be using them for long. I figured I'd cover them anyways, just for completeness' sake. You know, completeness' sake. Is that a thing? That should be a thing if it's not. For the sake of completeness, we'll say that. Alright, now, the AMCAR rifle. This is actually, let's take a look at this. So, it looks pretty sweet. It looks like a classic M16. And that is because it is based off of a new variant of the Colt automatic rifle, the CAR 15. A newer version of that. Now, that's a pretty old weapon. Like the 70s, I think. But, you know, which it is an M16 carbine. So, that's what this is based off of, the CAR 15, if I'm correct. Gun nerds out there, please don't kill me if I'm off about this. It definitely is related. It looks very similar. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and look at the stats. Damage, very low. This damage sucks on this gun. Accuracy, middle of the road, kind of sucks too, to be honest with you. Recoil is pretty high for this. Overall, this gun honestly kind of sucks. I probably wouldn't use this any more than I have to be honest with you. Now, you'll all figure that out pretty quickly as you play, so don't worry about that. Also, noise is very loud. It's like the worst stats. Like, all these stats suck. Have I said that this gun sucks yet? Have I mentioned that? Because it does. Now, you're not going to want to use this gun. I'm just going to tell you, you're not going to want to use it at all. Now, let's move on to the Shimano 88 pistol, because we're going to talk about this one too in the same video. So, this gun is also free, as it's a starter, and the stats all suck as well. Now, the thing about this gun is, it's the first silenceable weapon that you can get in the game, because you start out with it. And because of that, it makes stealthing with it actually very useful. This gun is very useful because of stealth. And it looks pretty sweet. You can see with the silencer on there right there. Pretty cool looking. So this gun actually does come in handy quite a bit. So it's not entirely useless like the AMCAR is. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump in and I'll show you some gameplay footage of it. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at these two guns. So, we're going to start off with the AMCAR rifle. And I'm going to warn you guys from the get-go here, using these guns is setting you up for failure in this game. Now, they are starter weapons, so you can't really help that. At least for a couple missions, you kind of have to use them. So make do. But after that, I'd probably throw these as far away from yourself as possible. And use something much better, because any gun in the game is much better, honestly. I think you could go with like just your fists and you do more damage in this game, to be honest. That's because, let's take a look at the recoil on this gun. It's the AMCAR rifle. Yeah, so as you can see there, in about 1 second I am shooting that tree in the distance, which isn't the best quality in a gun, unless of course you like shooting trees, in which case you might fall in love with this gun. McAdams Gosling style. And that is not a reference to The Notebook, in case you're wondering. That is a reference to Lazy Sunday. But But let's stop talking about relatively obscure SNL skits from the 2000s and get back to this game. I'm gonna shoot these cops. And possibly that civilian. Okay. As you can see from an automatic rifle standpoint, it sucks because the recoil is so high you can't actually hold down the trigger for more than about a second. You have to fire in bursts. Which, yeah, I know that's like, you know, realistic, but most guns you can't just hold down the trigger in real life and stay on target, because there are things like physics involved. But that being said, for this game, this is like one of the highest recoil guns, and it's terrible. It's atrocious. Now the accuracy is really good on this, surprisingly. So you can pick off people from a distance with the iron sights or whatever, and you can actually hit them with 1 or 2 bullets. The problem is the damage is so low, it takes about 5 to 6 bullets to kill most enemies, and so once you try to, you know, hold down the trigger and pump about 6 bullets out into somebody, by that time you're shooting trees. So that's the main problem with this gun. Now let's go ahead and look at this Chumano 88 pistol. This gun actually has a purpose in the game, as opposed to the MCAR rifle, and that purpose is stealthing, because you start the game with this gun, and you also, I think, start with a silencer in your inventory, and that is so that you can stealth with this weapon. Now this is the first gun that you can silence in the game, and so basically you start off with the equivalent of an already silenced weapon. And wow, and it doesn't have good damage, but it has very good accuracy, and so for picking off things like security guards with, you know, 2 shots, and security cameras with like 1 shot, you really don't need high damage. It makes this gun really useful for early game, you know, before you can get another weapon that you can silence. So if you're looking to stealth, you basically start off in pretty good standing. Now that being said, using this weapon in a firefight, I wouldn't, and I'll tell you why. Damage is so low, it takes about, I don't know, 7 to 8 shots to kill most people, unless you're getting headshots. Okay, finally got a headshot on that guy, but it takes a ton of shots to bring somebody down. And that's just, you know, in this game, which is, oh, that's embarrassing. Don't tell anybody, guys. I'm so sorry about that. Dallas, bro, help me out. Thanks, man. Okay, he just stabbed me. Well, he stabbed the floor, I guess. Close enough, man. It's the thought that counts. Anyways, in a game like this, it's basically a horde mode until you can escape. And so the waves of enemies get tougher and tougher. And due to that, you're going to get overwhelmed if you're using this pistol as your secondary in a firefight. You're not going to want to carry this around, you know? So unless you're planning on stealthing, obviously. So that being said, if you're going to go firefight style, I would use a different secondary, maybe a shotgun or something like that, that actually does some damage. So hopefully that covered most of the basics of these 2 guns, the AMCAR rifle and the Chumano 88 pistol, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Sorry for my ramblings. Dallas, I'm not helping you up, dude. You never help me up. I'm not going to help you up either. So hopefully, well, there's a rambling right there. Speak of the devil. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and feel free to like it, and I'm going to be putting out a lot more content, so you can subscribe also if you feel so inclined. And I think that's about it. So thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have a good rest of the day. See ya.